If you were a kid in the early 2000s like me, you probably grew up watching shows like The Amanda Show, iCarly, all that, maybe even some cartoons like Danny Phantom. But there's one show I'm sure you don't remember that just so happens to have a special place in my heart. The Naked Brothers Band. Members of Paramount Plus may have seen this pop up on there and might be familiar with it, but if you've never heard of the show, boy am I happy to be the first one to tell you about it. Despite its odd name, the Naked Brothers Band was a band, obviously, composed of two brothers, Nat and Alex Wolf, and some of their friends, Thomas, David, and Josh, but we don't need to talk about them. You may recognize these brothers as they've actually blossomed in their careers since then, and they've been in some pretty good movies. Nat did movies like Behaving Badly, Paper Towns, and Alex went on to do movies like Jumanji and Hereditary. I'm sure you've seen them before. But did you know that they had a show about their band in the early 2000s? That's right, Nat and Alex Wolf had a mockumentary about their life as a famous kids band. If you've ever seen this show, please contact me. We have to talk. I've asked so many friends and just like people in conversation if they remember the Naked Brothers Band, and every time they just tell me no, and they give me a weird look like it's my fault they named themselves that. Anyway, around this time, Nickelodeon already had a ton of really good reality TV shows under the belt, like Zoe 101, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, fucking Drake and Josh, and so, understandably, it kinda got overshadowed in the grand scheme of things. In 2005, they released a movie titled The Naked Brothers Band Movie, and they entered it into the Hamptons International Film Festival, and it was very well received. So then, Nickelodeon picked it up for a show 2 years later. It only ran from February 3rd, 2007 to June 13th, 2009 for 3 seasons with a few movies in between. And let me tell you, 7-year-old me was obsessed with this fucking show, dude. I love this shit. For one, Nat and Alex, when the show premiered, they weren't that much older than me, so the idea that kids my age could live such caviar lives was fucking awesome. And secondly, like, the music they made on this show is so fucking good. Like, I'm not even joking, like, the quality of music they were dropping at such a young age is nothing short of genius. From my understanding, they had, like, no help from anyone to write their songs, and the instruments you see them play is legitimately them. Super impressive. So I know you're probably asking yourself, well, what was this show even really about? Oh my god, I'm not wearing my chain. Hold on, guys. So I know you're probably asking yourself, well, what was this show even really about? Well, like I said, it was a documentary, or rather a mockumentary, and each episode was centered around one of the original songs they wrote. Basically, Nat or Alex, or both, they would write a song, and then the show producers would try to build like a story around it, and then they would play that song in the episode. Honestly, guys, it's a really wholesome show. And one major thing that I like about it is that it was airing during a time when kids were still kids, you know, and they weren't glued to screens all day. I promise you, it's funny, it's endearing, and I can't stress this enough, the music is so fucking good. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there are a few things that are kind of weird about the show, especially knowing what I know now, but more on that later. But for the most part, it's a super good show that I think still holds up to this day. I feel like it never really got the love it deserved, you know? Not to say that it wasn't popular, but like I said, no one in my life really seems to remember it. So I'm going to refresh all y'all's memory and give this show its flowers. But before we can get into that real quick, I'd like to give you a quick summary of their origin. So like I said earlier, before the show's release, they had a movie with the same name. Basically, Nat formed a band with his friends that he met in preschool, and they were named the Silver Boulders.
It all started when I was in preschool and Alex was 2.5.
I think we changed the name from the Naked Brothers to the Silver Boulders the second year of preschool, because I wanted the band to have a more classier image.
They clashed heads creatively though, as the other members felt their songs never made it into the performances.
I think all the trouble started with Boys Rule, Girls Drool.
Boys rule, girls drool, boys are smart, girls are stupid.
Doesn't even rhyme.
I don't think you guys should play that song.
So you're saying we only get to sing songs that Nat writes?
And now, Nat is starting to play more sensitive songs about girls, or more specifically this one girl named Rosalina.
The guys and I usually made up after fights. But then there was the matter of Rosalina.
You're my only love, my only never-ending love, Rosalina.
Who is Josh's stepsister. And the others don't really understand or appreciate this new direction he's going in.
There's no way I'm gonna play that song.
Why not?
It's a love song about a girl.
It's a love song about my sister.
And keep Rosalina in mind, because she's like Nat's crush, And like not just for this movie, but like for his whole life. It's actually kind of sweet. But anyway, the other members actually end up leaving the band.
Thomas, David, and Josh wish to go in another musical direction.
So Nat and Alex basically had to fend for themselves and revamp the whole thing. But you know what, it's cool because Nat and Alex were like the whole band anyway. The only problem is their friend's new band name was called the Gold Boulders. Real creative, I know.
They'd like everyone to know that from now on their new band will be called the Gold Boulders. Any questions?
The Gold Boulders? You should sue.
Does sue mean cut someone open and then take all the blood out of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
So they had to figure something else out. They decided to rebrand to their roots. And so they reclaimed the name the Naked Brothers Band. And side note guys, just so you know, the reason they call themselves that is just because one day when the boys' parents were giving them a bath, Nat jumped out that bitch and he was like, "We're the Naked Brothers Band," and the name just kind of stuck. They have such a long band name though, that from now on we're just going to call them MBB. Cool? Cool. Cut to the Gold Boulders' first performance, and we're going to hear it over these speakers. And they performed this song called Boys Rule, Girls Drool.
Now we're gonna do a song I wrote called Boys Rule, Girls Drool.
You hear that?
Yeah. Boys rule, girls drool.
So awful.
And rightfully, they get booed off stage by all the girls. Then, Nat and Alex go on with the new members of MBB, and they go crazy.
Hardcore wrestlers, hardcore wrestlers, hardcore wrestlers who cannot feelings. We kick, we rock, we scream, we fight, we squash, we dash, we crush and we smash.
After all is said and done, their friends realized they fumbled the bag, so they came back hat in hand to rejoin the band, and then they all have a concert on the roof like the Beatles.
And I think it was Cooper who suggested that we do a concert on the roof. Just like the Beatles did.
And if you couldn't tell by the way they dress, or like the style of music they're making, they take a lot of inspiration from the Beatles. So now we have the new MBB, made of pretty much the same people as before, but now we got Rosalina in that bitch. And that dude Josh from earlier, he's here for this last performance on the roof, but in the show, he gets replaced by this dude named Kazim, who, in my opinion, is way fucking cooler. So now that we know the lore and the members of the MBB, we can finally get into the show. And obviously, I'm not going to talk about every episode because this video will be like fucking 10 hours long. And also, I really do want you to see the show for yourself. But what I will do is take you through some of my personal favorite episodes, and I guess some of the more popular ones too. Starting with Season 1, Episode 2, Wolf Boys Cry Wolf. So the episode starts off with Nat and Rosalina talking about their new music video for their song, Sometimes I'll Be There. And I'm going to purposely wait till the end of the episode to play you guys a song because it's a pretty good one. But there's a scene in which Nat needs to cry. The only problem is he sucks at fake crying. And his little brother Alex thinks so too.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to fake cry. The director wants me to do it at the end of the video.
Well, it kind of looks like you're laughing.
So then Nat challenges him to do better. But Alex makes a bet with him first, saying that if he can do better, then Nat will give him $10 and he gets to use his pencil sharpener whenever he wants. Innocent times.
Show me how you cry.
First, let's make a bet. $10, plus I can use your electric pencil sharpener whenever I want.
However, Alex actually turns out to be really good at fake crying. So now, Nat wants to learn from him for the sake of the video.
Psych.
Whoa, dude, that's so awesome! I can't believe you could do that! My hat's off to you, man. That was great!
But the only advice Alex could really give him is that he's a deep guy, so Nat should just try to be more like that.
I'm impressed. Real tears. How do you do it?
I'm a deep guy.
So while Nat's trying to like train himself to be more deep, he just keeps finessing him out of $10. It's pretty fucking funny.
I want to feel safe to open my heart to you.
Okay, buddy? 10 more bucks.
Everyone.
Alright y'all, now we can finally hear the song. And I'm gonna just let it speak for itself, honestly. up.
You can stay, you can stay, you can stay, you can stay.
Like, bro, you can't tell me that is not a good song, bro. Oh my god. This shit was made by fucking kids, dog. So this next episode is actually the next one in the series, and it's titled Nat is a Stand-Up Guy. This episode starts off with Nat trying to film a music video, because that's pretty much all they ever do. And it's a music video for a song called Catch Up with the End, which is cool and all, except it's a more sensitive song, and the music video director is trying to make like a joke out of it.
It's going to be funny, isn't it, Cooper?
Yeah, it's really funny. But it's not a funny song.
Because of this, Nat starts to question himself a little bit. He starts to think maybe he's funny, to try to understand why his music is being perceived that way.
Do you think I'm funny?
Yeah, you're funny.
You think so?
Not the kind of funny that makes people laugh.
And to be honest, he wouldn't really care, except that he walked in on Rosalina watching George Lopez, because it turns out they're going to meet him soon at this charity kidney benefit.
What are you watching?
It's George Lopez doing stand-up comedy. Oh, he is hysterical. I can't believe we get to meet him next week at the kidney benefit.
Yeah, he's cool.
And she is a huge fan. Rosalina just so happens to love comedy, and by proxy, stand-up comics. So then Nat decides to become one.
I love stand-up comics. I think they're so brave.
I think I'm gonna be a stand-up comic.
He's so real for that. But then this strikes a sibling rivalry, as Alex believes he is a funnier brother.
I'm funnier than you.
No, you're not.
Which, by the way, if we're taking a vote, I'm going with Alex all the way, dude. This kid is so fucking funny. Nat books a gig at a comedy show, and he bombs in front of everyone.
Give your waitress a tip. Tell her not to play with matches. I guess that was kind of the same as his joke. My wife is so fat that last night I tried to put sheets on her. Oh.
What does he mean?
They're wrong.
Oh
my
gosh.
And out of jealousy, he takes it out on Alex.
Alex, you didn't laugh at all. I even saw you yawn. Huh? In the middle of my act, I saw you yawn.
Had a hard day.
Thanks for the support. How am I supposed to be funny when my own brother yawns at my jokes?
Why do you always take everything out on me? It's not my fault you're not funny.
But like all brothers, they make up about it and they move on. So now it's the day of the kidney benefit, and George Lopez is about to introduce the Naked Brothers Band to perform their new song.
I think everybody is crazy about this band. Really, I mean, I can't believe these guys. They're truly unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the Naked Brothers Band.
And let me just tell y'all, this song is so fucking crazy. Let's just listen to this shit.
Catch up with the end. Don't do as I do. Won't you do as I say? I might make people angry. That's a risk I'll take.
Bro, that fucking tempo is crazy, bro. And just listen to this solo real quick.
Catch up with the end. Catch up with the end.
Like, bro, they made all these adults fucking cry. Holy shit, dude. These are all real songs, by the way. Like, if you wanted to, you could go on Spotify or like YouTube or something and go listen to them right now. And a little bit of real lore if y'all want to know. But the actor here, Kasim, he was just originally brought on as an actor to replace Josh. So he actually had to learn how to play guitar for the show. And since then, he's actually become quite the musician. He was even on an episode of American Idol in 2015. Skipping ahead a bit here, and on to episode 8. And by the way, guys, I'm only going to talk about like a few episodes each season. A Man Needs a Maid. In this episode, Nat and Alex want to get a dog, but they had to prove to their dad that they're responsible enough to get one.
Hey, guys. We haven't introduced you to Happy yet. He's our computer dog.
Yeah.
We want a real puppy that we can snuggle with like E.T. David is so lucky he has E.T. Yeah. Dad doesn't think taking care of a computer puppy is responsible enough to take care of a real dog.
So their dad, at the moment, he went on a trip and he had been gone for a while, and he's supposed to be coming back pretty soon. So while he's been gone, they've been taking care of like this virtual dog that they got. They're taking care of him as practice, but it's not like super convincing, you know. Also, real quick, for the remainder of this episode, Alex is going to cosplay a dog. And fun fact, when they were filming this, the actress who plays Jessie, his babysitter, who also happens to be their cousin in real life, which is like a little weird considering she's like his girlfriend and everything. She was in charge of making sure that Alex knew his lines. And for some reason, she thought that he wasn't really a part of this episode because he didn't really have any lines. But it's just because all of his like lines were actually stage directions since he was supposed to be the dog. So he actually had to improvise being the dog, which is kind of funny. The boys kind of really aren't responsible, but what do you expect? They're kids. Their house is like a fucking mess, by the way. It's like hoarders bad. But you know what? It's cool because they came up with this really good plan to hire a cleaning lady.
I'd like a number of the cleaning service, please.
But they get this bitch named Betty.
You're Betty?
Yes.
And all you need to know about Betty is that she was not loved properly as a child. She thinks she's worthy of fame, you know. She sees all the cameramen in the house and she starts trying to put herself on and, you know, not do what she was hired to do.
Where's the maid?
She went to change in her nicer clothes for the interview.
What interview?
I'm ready.
Oh boy.
I was born April 18th, 19... Never mind when. I'm over 21, let's just say that.
But uh-oh, plot twist, she scammed their ass. Because now she's saying she's not even a maid. She's a cleaning specialist.
You're a maid, right?
No, I'm a cleaning specialist.
So you clean, right?
I am a cleaning specialist.
Bro. She should change her profession to gaslighter, because in that, she is a pro. Long story short, she advises them on how to clean everything, and all the while, she's just on a couch fucking eating snacks, watching TV. Like, bitch, I'ma pay you to eat my shit and sit on my shit? Get the fuck out of here. With no real help from this bitch Betty, they start cleaning, and they're actually doing a pretty good job. But she keeps fucking tripping, dude, like for real.
She tied E.T. and Alex up to the umbrella stand in the hall.
And now, they really want her ass gone. So right in the middle of them trying to fire her,
We have something to tell you.
This is the best part.
We've all decided
This popcorn has no butter on it.
you're fired.
the boy's dad finally shows up. By the way, his name is Sonny in the show, if I didn't mention it already.
Mom, Lucky!
Who untied the door?
Dad did. He's home. Dad did. He's home. Dad's home.
Like I said, they're trying to fire her, and guys, disaster strikes. Sonny likes Betty.
Hi. I don't think we've met. Just call me Sonny.
He really fucks with her. The boys feel bad that their dad is always alone, so they take one for the team, and they just let their dad hit. Fuck, I gotta stop hitting the mic.
Why are we doing this? If she keeps liking him, then we're gonna be stuck with her. I know, but I feel bad for Dad.
And you know what? I know you've probably felt bad for their dad too, but don't really. You know, another bit of quick lore. In real life, their dad, his name is Michael. And apparently he's like this super cool like jazz player dude that like everyone in real life likes. So yeah, he also took one for the team because he's playing like this loser on this show. You should really feel bad for the boys because they gotta deal with Betty now. But you know what? I'm lying to y'all. Don't get used to her for too long. Because in Season 2, Episode 7, we're visited by a new character. The boy's uncle and Sonny's brother, Miles.
Alex and I were talking. Is Uncle Miles coming?
Now, Miles is supposed to be the twin brother of Sonny, but he's younger by 5 minutes. So technically, he's the little brother.
I thought he was your twin.
Well, you see my younger brother by 5 minutes? Darn it all, I never can seem to beat him at anything.
And Nat and Alex, they playfully joke around about how their uncle is so much cooler than their dad. The thing is, though, Miles is kind of a douchebag.
My brother is a great jazz musician. I mean, he's great at everything, really. No, there's some things I'm not great at, like, no, you're right. I'm pretty great at most everything. Always been that way, baby.
And Alex begins to imitate him.
I'm a younger bro. We the cats know what's what, ain't that right, Coobity-Doo?
The episode continues with Nat and Alex. They're having a sibling rivalry that makes its way into the band. And the next thing you know, we're having a battle of the brothers, baby.
Calling your little bros. We ain't afraid to take you on, right, Coopster?
You have no chance, Alex. We're bigger, we're stronger, we're smarter.
And we're better looking than you.
Keep talking, suckers. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Welcome to the first annual Battle of the Brothers. Cooper and I will be judging the battle of Big Brothers versus Little Brothers in this contest of cool.
And so, after a long day of competition, we cut to Alex on the piano trying to show his uncle his new song.
You want to hear this new song I wrote for the Battle of the Brothers contest?
Baby, I don't hear anything till I've had my 2 cups of Joe.
And being the dick that he is, he acts like he's too good for it.
Hey, Uncle Miles, have you had your 2 cups of Joe yet so you can listen to my song?
Hey, I told you, I'm not interested in your song right now. Can you get that through your head?
That's cool.
Then Betty's bitch ass walks in, and she sees Miles, and Miles starts to flirt with her, the scumbag!
Never too busy for a beautiful little kitten like this.
You must be Miles.
Guilty as charged, pretty chiquita.
Alex peeped this right away, and he tries to start glazing his dad,
Hey, Dad, why don't you do one of your impressions for Miles?
but his uncle just kept being a piece of shit.
I don't know where my brother ever got the idea that I like impressions. I can't stand impressions, Betty.
I thought you liked my impressions, Miles.
Nope.
Betty's watching Miles play the piano, and that bitch is as good as gone. This causes Alex to reconsider his feud with his brother, and he decides he doesn't want to be better than his brother. He just wants them to have a good relationship.
Want me to show you some drum beats?
Why would you do that? I'm on the older brother team.
Tired of trying to beat you and stuff. I want us to be friends when we grow up.
Cool.
I'm not crying, you're crying. So, the finals of the Battle of the Brothers is here, and Nat and Alex are both throwing events to try to give the other team the dub. And in the end, they give the win to who really deserves it, the dog, E.T.
The winner of the first annual Battle of the Brothers is E.T.
Unfortunately, we do have one last scene with Betty and Miles. So, Betty stands up Sunny for a date they were supposed to have, and she ends up joining Miles' band.
Hey guys, have you guys seen Betty? She's supposed to be meeting me here.
Sorry.
Now, to get this party started, I'd like to bring out a new discovery of mine. A very talented, a very special person. Betty.
Betty?
And we discover that Miles was lying about his hair like this whole time.
I traded in your dad for the younger model.
Hey, I can't help it if she chose me.
Well, does she know you're bald?
She's kind of crazy, but even that's not enough to sway Betty away. And she ends up leaving with him. And that's the last we'll see of Betty. Thank God. Moving on, we got the season 2 finale, Polar Bears. There's a lot that goes on in this episode, but what you primarily need to know is that they're going to New Orleans for their tour. And they're going right after the events of Hurricane Katrina. And also, in this episode, Alex is like super obsessed with saving the environment since Jesse accidentally made him watch this polar bear documentary. It's basically about how the polar bears are losing their homes due to global warming. It's pretty fucked up.
This isn't the awful truth. This is an inconvenient truth.
Wait, that's a movie about the environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, polar bears die in it because the earth is too hot, so their homes melt.
Once they make their stop, Nat is reunited with one of his childhood friends, Lil Grace, even though she's really not that little.
Look who's here!
I can't believe I'm seeing Alex! Guys! This is my little twin Grace!
And her mom, who is like this like witch doctor or something, I don't really remember. Her mom was friends with Nat and Alex's mom. And all of them are pretty much going to help cater the band's concert. Side note, this right here is Big Ella. and she's obsessed with Santa Claus, and she just be cursing everybody in his name. It gets old pretty fast, to be honest.
Santa Claus is coming.
Big Ella is obsessed with Santa Claus. She talks about him all year long.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
He's gonna be coming Christmas.
No, he's coming soon.
Well, we got a little ways to go there, Big Ella. It's still summertime.
Santa Claus is coming soon! Santa Claus is coming soon!
She tripping. The band is practicing for their concert later, and Nat's dumbass does this.
An answer from you. I need an answer from you. Do you love me? Yeah. Do you love me? Yeah.
So yeah, Rosalina did not like that shit. And guys, I'm just gonna be candid with you because this causes a whole misunderstanding that lasts way longer than it should have, really. Obviously, Nat likes Rosalina, Rosalina likes Nat. Kasim ends up liking Lil Grace, and it's kind of open-ended if she likes him back. But basically, while trying to hype each other's mans up, they just end up confusing each other more.
Oh, wow. Isn't that great? He's so talented and so hot. Don't you just love him?
But Kasim is great too, and he's really talented, and he's so hot. You know, he's a bad boy, real bad, and polite too, kind of a mixture of both.
Hold up, y'all. This song brings back some memories. Hold up.
I don't want you, I need you. I don't care for you, I love you. I'll do anything for you.
Alright. My bad. Okay. And you know what? Y'all, this is so funny. so Alex just happened to mention how the flyer for their concert had a bigger picture than the one of Santa Claus, which is like right under it.
Our pictures, see? We're bigger than Santa Claus.
And just look at how everyone reacted to when he said that. Bro, you would have thought he just said a slur or something. Holy shit.
Before you begin, I have a question for you, Alex.
Fire away.
We just heard you claim to be, quote, bigger than Santa Claus. Don't you think that's a little arrogant?
Are you trying to deny that you said that your band is bigger than Santa Claus?
Are you trying to make people choose between you and Santa Claus?
You misunderstood. He was just talking
Do
about...
you think the Naked Brothers band is bigger than Santa Claus? Just answer the question.
on Alex?
Bro, this really is a press conference because they are pressing the shit out of these little kids. Oh my god. So now everyone thinks they hate Santa.
I'm burning my Naked Brothers band CD because Alex hates Santa. Santa haters! Santa haters!
So why did you do it, Alex? Huh? Was it because Santa
Bill
didn't
Collins.
send you those drumsticks that light up when you twirl them? Huh?
He's my favorite drummer.
And the press still won't leave them alone. And it's just making shit worse.
Called Santa a fat blubber belly?
No.
Curse of Santa is upon you.
Fucking Big Ella, dude. Kasim went to talk to her, and magically the curse has been lifted. And now the misunderstanding is finally cleared up, and all is well.
Do you know the polar bears that Alex was trying to save? Santa lives with all of those animals up at the North Pole, and he wants his home at the North Pole to be safe for all of them, because he loves them.
You mean Alex is trying to help Santa and the polar bears and the reindeers be safe?
You got it.
I love Alex. The curse is off. Now you're not in love with the wrong man anymore. You're in love with him.
What are you talking about, you crazy child?
So yeah, just another really wholesome episode. And guys, I hope you enjoyed it, because from now on, his shit gets toxic. I don't know if you could tell from the episodes I've shown you so far, but Nat and Rosalina kind of have a toxic relationship. And in season 3, they play into that shit hard. This is the shortest season out of 3 because sadly the show was canceled due to scheduling issues. You see, they only had the summers in which the kids weren't in school to film the episodes for each season. So after a while it kind of just got inconvenient. And their boy's mother thought that the show would kind of get in the way of their studies. So they did, unfortunately, cancel the show. But from my understanding, they did have plans to do a lot more. This last season, while not feeling truly complete, it does have some of the best moments. And it really dove deep into the more dramatic elements of the show. So let's just start with Operation Mojo Part 1, because it's a two-parter. But in order to understand Nat's emotional state, I had to quickly tell you about what happened in the episodes right before this. So basically, Nat was filming a music video for his song, facing the hall when we discover Rosalina was keeping a secret about going away on a trip for 6 months.
What was that you were reading when I walked up? Around the World Music Cruise?
It was my prize.
Your prize?
For the violin competition. I didn't tell you before because...
Because why?
Because I wasn't sure if I was going.
And are you? You're sure now? For how long?
6 months.
6 months? Are you joking?
So yeah, that's kind of the whole backstory. Now we get back to Operation Mojo. And the first scene, Nat is playing a song he wrote in hopes that Rosalina is out there listening to it.
Yeah, it's called I Feel Alone. It goes out to someone who I hope is listening.
Sometimes we laugh to keep from crying. You don't know and I don't care what is right and what is fair. I feel alone, walking down the street. I feel alone with the people I meet. I feel alone with all my friends. I feel alone.
He's trying to be cool about her being abroad and everything, and she ends up surprise visiting him.
Oh, hey, surprise!
Hey!
But uh-oh. Looks like Rosalina was out here doing more than just playing music.
That guy, he's French, and, you know, kissing in France is like saying hi or do you want a muffin?
Did he?
Did he what?
Want a muffin?
Wait, what?
Oh, shit. This causes Nat to crash out and eventually break up with the bitch.
I think maybe we just broke up.
And then he, like the episode suggests, loses his mojo. He's eating raw veggies now. He's binge ordering shit online.
He only comes out to order stuff off shopping networks and to eat vegetables.
He's just really not himself. And obviously, this isn't good for the band because Nat is the face of that bitch. They need him. So they try and do anything to try to get him his mojo back. Hence, Operation Mojo. Nothing they tried really worked though. So Alex had the bright idea to go on a dudecation. What's a dudecation, you ask?
Two dudes head off into the wilderness alone. No conveniences, no comforts.
No cameras.
So yeah, they're going camping. It's actually all a ploy set up by Alex to try to get Nat his mojo back.
You think I'd go out to the woods with a guy who's lost his mojo? You come with us, but secretly. Without Nat knowing.
But Nat, he's still in his feelings about Rosalina. And then he writes this fucking banger.
Will I ever know? Will I ever know? I'm confused, puzzled, and in a daze. And I know you wouldn't treat me that way.
Look at him smiling, bro. He knows that this shit is hard, bro. Long story short, this camping shit ends up working. And guess what? Rosalina's back. Oh shit. They talk, and it's actually a pretty mature conversation.
I know you're traveling and meeting new people, and well, anything can happen.
But it won't happen again.
Well, I hope not, but I can't make myself crazy about worrying about it. You know, hopefully when you come back we can still be together, but who knows, you know? If it's meant to be, it'll be.
Yeah.
All this pretty much leads up to the next episode I want to talk about, which is called Naked Idol. It's another two-parter. This episode starts off with Nat and he's shaving for the first time. And I only bring this up because he uses this cologne on himself after, which is supposed to react to the user's like natural body chemistry and create a signature masculine scent specifically for them.
I know it sounds weird, but it's actually really cool. Like, it reacts to every man's unique body chemistry to create their signature manly scent.
Keep that in mind for later because as of right now, that shit don't work at all.
So, is it reacting to your body chemistry yet?
As we know, Rosalina's back from her trip, and her and Nat are still trying to overcome her kissing another dude and everything. Nat has this great idea to throw Rosalina like a reunion concert since she's been gone for so long.
Hey Nat, the network is really excited about your idea for the Rosalina reunion special.
So, you know, they're trying to go about their lives normally when Rosalina starts acting sus again. And it turns out that she's still texting that French dude.
No, you can't come here. Oh, please get this text. Come here.
And then Michelle says this.
Michelle is just, how you say, guy on the side.
And you know what? Now Nat gets mad at her. And so does the rest of the band, but it's understandable though. So he's getting more and more pissed when they're supposed to be rehearsing their new song, and Rosalina says this.
Why don't we do Rosalina so Kasim can learn the part?
No, I don't want to do that song for the special.
I agree with Nat.
You do? Why?
I mean, it's not like the best song you ever wrote.
So then Nat's like, fuck it, and he starts playing that song he wrote when he was camping. But Rosalina doesn't know it, obviously. So Nat loses it, and he just makes her sit and watch while they play it. And bro, just watch this shit.
Give him the bass. It's slowing us down. You go sit down and watch Thomas.
To tell you the truth, I'm very confused. I'm not amused, I'm just curious.
Rosalina is like tired of Nat, I guess, and so is he. He's tired of her too.
And to be honest, I'm really tired of it.
I'm tired of it too.
They fight again, so she just leaves the band and breaks up with Nat again. But you know what? The boys are gonna let Rosalina hold them back. So they decide to have auditions for a new bass player, American Idol style.
So, here it is. Naked Idol, a nationwide search for the new Naked Brothers bass player.
And their top 3 choices are Tobin Esperance from fucking Papa Roach, David DeRosier from Simple Plan, and his girl Christina from the Bronx.
Hey, she does have the chops.
You know.
They fuck with Christina mostly because she kind of reminds them of Rosalina. So now they're having the auditions, and David's first, and obviously he does good. Now it's Christina's turn, and she literally wows Nat. And unfortunately, we don't get to see Tobin play because he was kidnapped. I think the bag just ended at the cameo. So, to no one's surprise, they choose Christina. And at first, Nat isn't used to like having her around.
I made cookies to celebrate our first rehearsal. Don't you want one, Nat?
No thanks. Stop it! Stop! Christina! You're out of time.
He even gets like out of pocket with her for like no reason.
Well, you know what? You want to be in the band so bad, maybe you should stop, making cookies and just practice some music.
Whoa! Dude, chill.
Like, bro, that was completely unprovoked. Even Alex was like, dude, chill. So he goes to cool off, and Christina comes to talk to him. And she mentions how the MBB was a big inspiration for her to even start playing music in the first place.
Your song, Rose, I thought it was the most romantic song I ever heard. When I found out a kid my age had written it, I flipped.
That kid has changed.
Okay, you've changed. Your band is changing too. Why don't we all change together?
But she's spitting. Nat really needed to hear that. So then he gets everyone together and he opens up to them about what he was going through.
I know I've been telling you guys I'm fine. But as you all probably guessed, I'm really not. I'm gonna hurt. I don't want to do it alone. I want to do it with my friends.
And we end the episode with Nat and Christina talking in his bathroom, and she happens to notice Nat's cologne. She puts it on him, and to his surprise, it smells good now.
Christina, I just wanted to thank you
For what?
for showing me the truth.
I've heard of this stuff.
Oh, please
Does it
do not
work?
do that. No. It's not funny. No, come on, don't do that. It works on everybody else, but this stuff makes me smell like dog pee.
You smell good. Like a man.
Oh, shit! He done got him a new bitch! Comment down below, guys. Are you Team Rosalina or Team Christina? Let me know. He gets interrupted by the guys bursting in and telling him that Rosalina wants to be back in the band. Oh my god, bro. This bitch is a walking headache, I swear.
You're not gonna believe this. She wants to be back in the band.
And while I could talk about more, I want to stop here just to get a last few things off my chest. Like I said before, the show got canceled, so there's only like 3 episodes after this one. And yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, I think it kind of adds to it. Nat and Alex, if you guys are watching this, first of all, I'm a big fan. But also, please don't do a reboot. I know the meta these days is to just reboot old shows with the same cast and make like, a bunch of money. And while I would love to see you all again, I think the MBB had its time in history. And while I am sad that no one really remembers it like I do, I will say that because of that, it has like this special charm to it, like no other show does. It really is one of those you had to be there kind of shows. They did have a reunion actually not too long ago in 2020 during COVID. You know, it was over a Zoom call, but still. I've been one of their biggest fans since 2009. So maybe I'm a little biased when I say this, but I think the Naked Brothers Band is far and away one of Nick's best shows. And it all stems from a little band that Nat put together in preschool, which is pretty awesome when you think about it that way. Rewatching it for this video, I'm not lying when I tell you it still holds up. It's a really good show. As a grown man, I can confidently tell you that this show had me crying with laughter at some points. And now, all their songs are stuck in my head again. As of what came of everyone after the show, pretty much everyone just kind of did their own thing. And it never really led to much after that, with the exception of Nat and Alex, who went on to do more movies and stuff. And besides that, what's pretty cool is that they actually do still make music. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but they actually do still make music just as themselves, Nat and Alex Wolf. And they got some pretty good songs.
Don't you know how lucky you are to have me around? Don't you know how lucky you are?
These two brothers are fucking legends to me. And I hope you guys can all understand why I think this show is so special and why it deserves more love than I think it got. I really hope now that when I ask people if they remember this show, they can look at me and say, yeah, I do. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you so fucking much for 500 subscribers. I'm trying to get to like 1,000 by the end of the year. You know, so if you want to help me reach that, I would really, really appreciate it. Other than that, I just want to say, you know, I stream here on YouTube and Twitch pretty much every day, you know. So if you got some time, come hang out. Go follow me on socials. Go watch my last video. I'm going to keep posting. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep posting and posting and posting. I'm going to try to keep posting as much as I can until the end of the year. We'll see how far we go then. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you made it this far in the video, holy fuck, I appreciate you for real. Comment a car if you actually made it this far in the video. I'll fuck with y'all heavy, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.